Hey everyone, I am back with another movie review. If you've read the title, guys, you know how unfortunate things are for my life? Well, I lost my SD camera, and so I went and bought 2 new ones, and it turns out it cut off 8 minutes into my movie review, and I have to just refocus and really just apply my life lessons into future situations. Anyways, I am doing a movie review on, as you can see, Dear White People. If you've seen my last movie review, I was not So this time I'm here in my right mind, my eyes are clear, and this should be hopefully a good movie review. This is my first real movie review, so let's get into it. So Dear White People, I've seen it on YouTube, around on Tumblr, just short little videos that are saying like, you know, dear white people, we feel this certain way about things in a funny kind of satirical manner, and I thought it was funny, but I did not know it was going to be a feature-length film. I don't think it started off that way. I think it started off as just little quick videos, and then it became more popular, and then I hear about the movie. It wasn't until I just found out that, it wasn't until I was flipping through the channels that I saw that it was on my, you know, I have cable, so, you know, I can get those thousands of channels, and I was flipping through it and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I gotta watch this. So the plot is basically set on a PWI, predominantly white institution. Okay, the director, Justin Simeon, he described the plot as a black face in a white place, meaning it's telling the stories of black students who go to a predominantly white institution, and it's also an Ivy League. Being that I go to an HBCU, I really did not think about this, because a lot of people think of black people that go to a PWI are just trying to get better education, and you know, they always think that they're higher and think they're better than an HBCU or something. I personally don't care. I'm just trying to get my education. But there's been a lot of Twitter beef on this. It's something that's definitely an issue, and things that maybe you need to see different points of view. I never really put into consideration of black students on a predominantly white institution's campus. And this movie was encompassing all of the things that they go through, whether it's trying to hold on to their culture and things that matter to them. There's a lot of subplots in it. There's one plot or main story where they're trying to integrate the houses. Now, on my HBCU's campus, we're basically housed off of gender and where placement on the campus, whereas at a PWI they separate each house by, you know, what sport you play, your major, you know, things like that, financially, you know, that's how they vary. And on this campus they have a black house where a lot of the students just choose kind of one house and they all kind of stay there, and if you're black, you kind of just choose to stay there, I think, or you're put in this house and then you can change within the houses. It's a lot easier on an HBCU campus to change houses, where on a PWI it seems like a lot of effort. The other subplot is showing the students really trying to clutch onto their culture and have it taken seriously. There's a racially themed party that a fraternity is trying to put on, and it's actually something that isn't too far from reality. Recently, a lot of sororities and fraternities have put out racially themed parties that are offensive to the race that they are trying to portray, and it's usually done in kind of a negative connotation. They're, you know, blackface, huge afros, long jerseys, and the invitations even are kind of derogatory in their language, and so that's another issue that they're going through. And each character has a very complex background. Ooh, I got a lot of likes on Instagram. Okay. Anyways, Tessa Thompson plays Samantha White, which is the main character, and she kind of has the whole tragic mulatto issue going on for herself. If you don't know what tragic mulatto means, she's half white and half black. and it's kind of just like the issues that they go through in picking a side, and they normally overcompensate for one side versus the other. And so if you kind of lean more to your wider side, you would overly compensate and not wear your hair curly and straight and you know, whatever. Whereas she was kind of leaning towards her black side, and so she was very heavily Afrocentric. You know, that one person that always just has to turn something into like, honestly at the beginning it kind of got annoying watching her because she's just constantly trying to compensate. But as I watched it 3 times. As I watched it, I kind of like really got immersed into her character and what her story was. Another character is Calandra Coco Connors, played by Tiana Paris. She is kind of like the opposite. She's from Chicago. She comes from a middle-class family, and she really just kind of like wants to erase the whole idea that black people are ghetto, ratchet, and aren't educated. She also overly compensates by, you know, wearing wigs and blue contacts, and it's just, she's very like, don't touch me, you know what I'm saying, like sedity. And she kind of just like overly compensates so people don't put her in that box of being just another Negro. And she says things throughout the movie like, I'm staying in the Negro house, and you know, she talks down on black people kind of. And so they're kind of like opposite in a way. They're all very complex characters. Like, I really enjoyed the characterization and how there's more than just that one black character that's just the funky basketball player or the sassy girl who's in the, you know, clique of white girls that's sassy and funky. You know what I mean? Like, we're complex characters, and that's what I enjoyed about this movie. Another character played by Everybody Hates Chris, Tyler James Williams. He played Lionel Higgins, and low-key, like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the director kind of channeled himself into Lionel, because Lionel is black, Lionel's gay, and Lionel's kind of like a nerdy character into, like, think of like the guy who's into anime and Star Wars and things like that. That's Lionel. And he kind of had an issue of being in, as one of the interviews that Justin Simien was in, of purgatory of just like not knowing where he fits in. I mean, black people don't really embrace anime and like weird nerdy things. He's too black for the white kids, too white for the black kids, and he's gay. And in the black community, being gay isn't always seen as something that people are comfortable with talking about or acknowledging. And so he felt like, you know, he never really fit in. He didn't have a major. He was undeclared. He's very just, he don't know what he's doing. Okay, so that was very interesting to see, because that's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about. And then there's Brandon Bell, who played Troy. His daddy is the Allstate dude, you know, fake Dizzle, like the Allstate nigga. Spend 50 racks in my off day, nigga. You a fake Denzel, like the Allstate nigga. Okay, his dad is him, and he basically is like Obama. He's trying to run for things. He wants to keep his daddy happy. So he's kind of trying to, you know, be perfect, and he's dating a white girl, you know, not really his number one choice, but you know, that's what people expect from him, or his father expects from him. And it's all just, I love the characters. I wish, honestly, overall for the movie, I wish that the movie was a TV series. And in the Hot 97 interview that I will link down below, that I watched before doing this, which I thought was a very good interview. It touched on a lot of topics that people don't talk about, as well as topics regarding the movie that I might have missed. It's just like, the movie was so heavy-handed. Like, you really have to put the subtitles. If you're gonna watch this movie, the subtitles is necessary, because I didn't know what was going on. They talk so fast. I think the voices are more muted than the music or the background, and so I really needed the subtitles, or I just did not know what was happening. They use a lot of big words, which I appreciated, because you don't really see a lot of black characters using huge words or having a productive like debate with somebody in a way that it looked like they were just so educated, and I was just like, yes, Simeon, yes. So I really appreciated that aspect of the movie, but definitely put the subtitles on. And if you really are into pro-black things, or just are interested in the black like director movie, you really just want to be immersed in this, I would definitely watch this movie more than once. If you have cable like me, it's definitely on like the Epix channel, and it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon Prime, like you can watch it there, or you can buy the DVD. It's everywhere, you can get it everywhere, and I definitely would suggest watching this movie because I think the way it was done, the characterization is just my favorite, because each character I knew a black person like that, you know what I'm saying? I could really relate to that. But I just wish it wasn't a movie, because I know the background story. You know, he didn't have a lot of money making the movie. He you know, he's a new filmmaker. This is like his first film. He didn't have a huge window to do this on, you know what I'm saying? And so I watched the Jouelzy, I will link that down below, she's one of my favorite YouTubers. I watched her review on this movie, and she said the same thing. It was very heavy-handed. It's just so many ideals thrown at you that you really need to watch it more than once, and it just seems like a lot to swallow in an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't know how long the movie is. I wish it was broken up in like a TV series, so each episode can have its own thing, and each character can really have a deeper background, and we can truly see what's going on. And I saw in one of his interviews that he is bringing it to TV. I don't necessarily know what that means, if he's going to bring the same movie to the TV, if he's going to go, I don't know, but that's his words, where I'm bringing it to TV. So hopefully he does, because I definitely will watch it and support it as much as I can. I definitely overall would rate this a B+. I know I would give it an A, but it's just so, like, for something that is not an easy watch, you know what I'm saying? It's something you really gotta zone in on and focus and get your headphones and put them in so you can hear, and your subtitles going and all that stuff. And it's also just so many themes in one movie that it just you kind of just gotta be up and active. And I just give that a B+, because I would rather it be a TV show than a movie. But you know, people ain't got money like that. I understand, brother, I'm broke too. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys watched the movie based on this review. Let me know if you've watched it already, if you're going to watch it. You know what, while you're watching it, just leave a comment, like, in the moment. Follow on my social media, and subscribe, because I don't it was just subscribe, just do it, subscribe. Oh my god.
Yeah, me all a day.